Hey.
So we back at this again with Catherine.
Hi, everybody, and hi, Amanda.
Hi, Catherine. Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 3 of
What the Talk?
Oh, my God. We're never going to get this right, y'all.
What's going on?
You need to come here for us to get this right, okay?
Tell Corona to go away.
Girl, anywho. But we're back at this again. And today we have a hot topic.
Wait, hold on now, Catherine. You didn't tell them which episode are we on.
Episode 3. Yes, positive. Episode 3. Yeah.
Yep.
But today, like we said last week, we're going to talk about credit today, and we got 3 short points for you that might last 2 hours.
Lord.
Let's hope not. Let's hope that's not the case. But before we start, I actually had somebody that texted me, Amanda, who said they needed us a little clarification on what you meant last week by getting the house, like by starting your generational wealth by getting a house. If you wanted to clarify on that for them. Floor is all yours.
Okay, then what I meant by getting the house is like that's the to me it was the quickest way to invest into your generational wealth, and in order like for you to grow your wealth is like to buy a condo, like small little properties, and then you can work your way up to buying eventually that big building.
How do you suggest that? Like, how would they start by getting that condo? Like,
eventually you buy a property, and then that property, you don't necessarily want to sell it off quickly. You probably take it and have people rent it out.
Okay, so not buy a property for them to live in, it's to buy a property to rent.
Well, you could start like, okay, everybody has not everybody, I don't want to say everybody, but everybody eventually would like to have a home. And if you grow your wealth, when you move out, you don't sell that property in order for you to buy another house. You keep that property and then you move out to another house, but you keep it as an investment. So you get people to rent it out or Airbnb it. I don't know how you want to use it, but you generate money from it.
Okay, well, it takes money to make money. So I'm going to say the same thing I said last week. It's easier said than done.
Of course.
And I think Sammy was telling us, if you can't buy a house, if you can't start with a house because it's a little hard, okay? It's not as hard. If you want to do it, you can do it. But it's not easy either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you can do, you could offer a service. So instead of going and getting a property, especially if you don't have good credit or whatever, you could offer a service. In the sense that if you find a place near your house, I don't know, a hotel or a farm, a farmer's market, a little dépanneur, you find something that they're doing. Let's say that they pay somebody every month, they pay them, I don't know, $600 to transport, to take out, I don't know, whatever they pay for. And transportation business. So you could say that, go to that owner and say, okay, you pay $600 for this. I will do that for you, but I will charge you $500 instead of $600. And then you could start that way as well by offering a service instead of just buying a house to rent it. Because you could say, and if you're offering a service, you could hire somebody outside while you're doing your 9 to 5. You hire somebody else with the car that is going to be at your parking lot. You hire somebody off of Indeed or whatever. You offer them the job. If the place is gonna give you $500, ou ben moun nan 300, you keep 200 while you're doing your 9 to 5. That person is in the street doing what it is that you offered that person to do for them. I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I making sense?
You are.
You think so?
I mean,
you understand what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay, because you're 9 to 5, you're not gonna leave it to just say, oh, I'm gonna offer people my services, but you could find somebody else like un immigrant qui ka pa gen papier, ou bien on pa un moun qui nan processus lan, Est-ce que moun ka travay sou pa gen papier shouldn't be working at all?
I mean, you already saw about that illegal activity. Right, yeah, it is illegal.
Oh, that's illegal?
But
I'm sorry, y'all.
They gotta eat, y'all.
Not somebody that poko get papier. That's your business if you do that, though.
That's your business. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. But you could find somebody else qui plus besoin, okay, maybe somebody else that didn't graduate high school.
Exactly.
That might be better.
Or people fresh out of jail.
Exactly. Somebody that's fresh out of jail, ou buy $300, ou dit comme ça, go deliver this to this store for me, and I'm going to give you $300. Mm-hmm. But the deal you made with the store owner was $500. So the store owner gives you $200, ou buy mon 300, but knowing that you're still doing your little 9 to 5 in your office, but your car, instead of being parked in the parking lot, it's working in the streets.
It's working.
Keep in mind that you still have to pay gas. So at the end of the day, c'est pas $200 à faire. You're going to make less because you have to pay gas.
Gas, utilities, réparation.
So, yeah, you know, that's that.
But like you said, in order to make money, you got to
spend money.
There you go. There's no trick
so if you can't afford a home, you can offer services as well. Walk around your neighborhood, see what's needed, see what you could offer to people, what you could make better, and stuff like that, and offer services as well. Okay. Now let's move on to our little topic of the day.
What we talking?
I don't know if it's my favorite topic, but one of my favorite topics.
Anything money
is my favorite topic, right?
Yeah. I know. But it's really interesting, you know?
I think so too. I think we didn't make it as boring. You know, every time you hear money and finances, it's like so boring and people don't want to like talk about that. But I promise y'all, it's not going to be boring. We're not going to be using big terms, you know? We're going to like
I'm not using assets today. Nah.
Not using asset today.
We're not using big terms, okay?
Yeah, we're going to this is going to be like a little friendly conversation. So don't run away, y'all.
And it is valuable to anyone. It's not like, okay, well, we'll get into that.
So today the topic is credit. I would start by saying, what is I guess it's more credit cards. Mm-hmm. I'm guessing instead of just credit. When should somebody get a credit card, Amanda?
As soon as possible, aka legal age. As soon as you have a legal age, and also as soon you have a little bit of knowledge about financial literacy.
Okay, so as soon as you're financial
literate, yeah.
Yeah, so you should get a credit card.
Yeah.
Okay. How could somebody get a credit card? Or like where, I guess.
Okay.
Or how?
Well, since you never had like when you're fresh with no credit history, some bank may not, especially when you're a student, they don't really tend to want to lend you a credit card because you don't have any source of revenue. If you have a little side job or summer job, they might be lenient to give you a credit card with a limit. Or most credit card comes with a limit, but banks, stores like Best Buys, Costco, BJ's, the few to talk about, but most stores has credit cards and like banks, and then prepaid credit cards.
What's prepaid credit cards?
Prepaid credit cards is like I don't know exactly. I didn't come up with exactly the company that does it, but certain companies, banks do it. Where let's say you have $500 and you want to have a credit card, so you'll give the bank $500 and they'll give you a credit card with the limit of $500. And with that, you create a history with them, or you make transaction on it, you pay it back, so they can evaluate you according to your how you call it, your spending habits. And then with that, if they say, okay, well, Catherine is out here spending her $500 pretty responsibly, so let's give her $1,000, or maybe they might switch you over, completely refund you that $500, and then give you a credit card that's $1,000.
I understand what you mean. Okay,
I hope they can too.
Yeah, sometimes I understand what you mean just because I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, you know. But I have a little tips for y'all on how to build your credit score. We know that credit score is a famous thing, and everybody's always talking about credit score. When we're younger, we don't hear about so much, but I know in Canada it's pretty common because literally you can't buy online without a credit card. Meanwhile, in America, you can buy online without a credit card. You could use your debit card to purchase online, but in Canada,
You can.
that's like impossible.
You can in Canada.
How?
I have
They have credit cards with the 3 numbers?
Yeah, I have one with my bank. It's called Visa debit card.
Okay,
Yeah.
because other debit cards that I had in Canada, they don't have the 3 digits in the back.
Oh wow. Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe it's on your debit card, or maybe your bank just
No,
doesn't
it's
offer.
not only me. It's not only me. It's many people.
Oh what? Because I know TD and RBC, Banque de Montréal, they all have that.
Okay.
Yeah, I know
That's
TD.
crazy,
It's
because I
with
was
the
like,
card.
whoa.
It's on the card on the back. You have it, and then you could.
That's crazy.
And I've purchased on Amazon all the time with it, and it takes directly from your bank. So
from your debit card, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, some cards in Canada don't have the 3 digits in the back, like on debit cards. So if you with these banks, then you must get a credit card. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So that was a little bagay to me. So I'm like, okay, so if we have to get a credit card, so people need to know how to build your credit score. Okay? Because if you're not building your credit score, then you're in the shits when you need to do stuff. Because if you don't know about it and then you spend your whole life when you're 18, a restaurant, you just swiping left
going
and
to
right.
H&M after school, buying your
You
new
know?
clothes.
And then, even when you need to do something really good with your life, you're trying to get a car, and then you're hearing 25% on the intérêt or 19.5, and you're like, wait, what?
What that mean?
Yeah, it's because your credit score is so shitty. So I have 3 tips, I think, on how to build your credit and how to build it fast. And then Amanda will tell you how she applied it to her life. But if you want your credit score to go up, just I know people always say the minimum, like, use 30% of your card. People might not understand what 30% of your card is. It's just take the limit and multiply it by 0.30. That's 30% of your card. Whatever that you find, whatever that number is, that's 30%, and that's the limit you should use. So if you have a card that's $1,000 limit, don't say I have a card that's $1,000 limit. Tell yourself that you have a card with $300 limit. Always tell yourself the 30% is your limit, because if you think that you have $1,000, you're gonna spend up to $1,000 and sometimes more. And that's like a big no. Don't ever spend more.
And if you don't got that $1,000 in your bank, you shouldn't be spending $1,000 because you can't pay it back.
Right? So that's one of the ways, is to use 30%. And when I say use 30%, pay 30%. How should I pay 30%, Catherine? You might ask. You know how banks always ask, bank always say, at least pay the minimum. I agree, at least pay the minimum. But I will tell you, if you're if you could pay 3, 4, 5 times a month, pay that junk 3, 4, 5 times a month.
Yes.
Even if you put $10, you put $5, you put $50, you put $100. If you plan on making $100 payment at the end of the month, pay that $100 payment in 5 times. So $25 every time. 4 times, $25, 5 times, $20. Okay.
Yeah, $20.
Pay $20 every time you're paying, instead of just paying $100 at the end of the month. What does that do for you? It just shows that there's a lot of activities that's going on the card. So when they're gonna calculate your average score, your average time you use it and stuff like that, it's gonna have more numbers for them to calculate an average for you,
instead of that one
I
payment.
hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, you make it. I hope
Just
they
like that
understand
one payment. Okay, that's 2.3 that I had. What did I say? I say pay often. I say use limit
30%.
30%. I would say get Equifax or TransUnion.
Yes.
What do I mean by that? Yes, I know you pay for it, but
you could get the free one.
You could get the free one.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about the free one.
I mean, okay, the free one. The advantages of it is, like, you can't. Like, you and I, we have Equifax. We can check it right now, or 2 seconds later after that, we can check. But the free one, you can only request it once every 12 months.
Okay, for somebody that's about to buy a house, you need to know how you're doing
Yes.
more often, but if you don't have anything that you have to do, right away, you could get a free one. For somebody that's younger, ou 17 ans, 18 ans, you might get a free one that you do every year.
Yeah.
Okay? But for somebody like me that likes to know what I'm doing at every time, like I like it on the touch of my tip of my, how do you say it in English?
Tip of your fingers.
Yes. I love just pressing refresh and seeing my score. And balance like they always tell you, oh, when you check too much, it's gonna
affect your credit.
Affect your credit. That's not true. If somebody else is requesting it, yes. But if it's you checking your own score, it's not gonna affect it anyhow. Okay? So if you get Equifax, yes, it's $20 a month. You spend that on candy, so you can do that for your financial life.
Yeah.
Okay? You just press, and then what it does too for identity theft, nobody is able to steal your identity. If somebody goes to the store and steals your card online or whatever, the minute that they do it, you get a strike. You get a message that tells you somebody just used your card here, and you could call right away to have the card canceled. They might not be able to give you your money back, or they might make you wait 10 months or whatever, but it's better to know it now instead of when you're trying to get a car. That's when they're telling you, oh, you spent
$1 million,
$10,000 of credit card, and you're like, wait, what? I never used that junk. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's good for identity theft as well. So that's my 3 points. I feel like I talk so much.
Well, you were explaining the how, girl.
But why do you think somebody should get a credit card?
I think well, I believe that it's important to have a credit card to build your history, your credit history, in front of borrowers and lenders. It's the same thing, but for them to credit plays a big part in our society here in North America. It does.
Go ahead. Speak your shit.
It plays a big part in your financial power. So what I mean by financial power is like you said, when you try to buy a house, when you try to buy a car, there's interest rate that's tag along, unless you just have money like that laying around and you're just going to pay a car cash. But if you're going to buy a car or a house and you're going to be paying a mortgage or a car loan every month or every 2 weeks, depending on your agreement with the bank or the lender, you have interest, and your credit score plays a big part. With that being said, it's like if my credit score is 700, that means I'm in good standing with the credit bureaus. I pay my stuff on time. I'm not really a person where I'm risky or risque or whatever. So that means they probably will give me a lower interest rate on my loan. As if I have the lowest, let's say 300. I always, when I can't pay a phone payment with Fido, I go to Sprint, I go to AT&T. I never pay my bills.
Yeah, you're hopping.
I'm hopping from computer. Like a lot of people do that with
company.
A lot of people do that with the internet and phone, and feel like it doesn't really affect my credit. That
it does affect
that thing is over here drilling a big hole, a big pothole in your credit score, and with that. Your entry when you go for a simple car, you're like, well, I have money in the bank, but your credit is at 300. So you make a big deposit on your car, but your interest is at 26%. Maybe people are
paying that car like 4 times.
4 times over. You could have bought 4 of that car, but because your credit score, you keep saying, oh, it's not that important. I have money in the bank. Now you paying 4 times that price of that one single car you could have paid with that one time if you had that good score. I don't know if I'm making sense right now.
You're kind of making sense. Yeah. So that's a good why you should get it, to build your credit history. I think somebody should get a credit card because of car rental. I remember I used to rent cars a lot in the States and Canada as well. And then it used to be so annoying because even if you're not 25, they're going to let you rent the car.
Yes.
But the thing is, they're gonna charge you more. They're gonna charge you like a daily, like another
daily
fee, another
insurance
type of fee. Yeah, they're gonna charge you insurance, and it's gonna be more. Like the price is gonna be more for you, but they're still gonna give it to you if you're 21 in the States. In Canada, I think 18 or whatever. But you need to have a credit card that's under your name.
Under your name, not your mama.
Yeah, not your mama's name. So it used to be so annoying because I didn't have a credit card. So I would go to the car rental place, whatever. I rent online and stuff like that. Because I don't have a credit card, when I get there, I need to find somebody else to come rent that junk for me. And then they have to have a card and they have to have an insurance under their name. It was so annoying. But when you have your own card, you could go, even if you're not 25, you could go and get it yourself. They're just going to charge you a little bit more. Okay, so that's a good thing. I know Sammy, your husband, told us this story about how he didn't have a credit card and he was trying to go to this Phasia,
yeah,
thing they do in Florida.
Yes, Phasia. Yeah.
He was trying to go to this thing. Was he leading? I think he was leading or something. Et puis, si nèg la cherche machine ni, na li rent machine online. La machine board. Yeah, la pral pick up rental. They were like, sir, you don't have a credit card. We can't give you that card. And then he was leaving Port Charlotte Pulali, Miami, I think, on that Friday. And he had to run to the bank and went to the bank and told the bank, please open a credit card for me right now because I need one to rent that car. And then Lelale Bunkler's like, yeah, we could open one for you, but it's going to take at least 5 days for you to get that card. Go. So it's like he couldn't even go to that thing because he didn't have a credit card. So he had to drive his busted car 3 hours. They almost like died and everything because his car was not in good standing pour faire long drive. And everybody in that car, anything could have happened to them. But because he didn't know that he needed a card because he didn't have a credit card, Maggie couldn't rent that, take that rental.
Now he knows better. That experience shed light.
Right? Tout swag to garçon. Party. But I know there's a lot of people another reason too is because like banks and companies need to know that you're reliable with payments.
Yes, of course.
That's like the only way they have to check, is Amanda a good person with debt? Like how can Amanda handle money?
Yes, because they don't know you. You gotta see it like that. It's like they see this. They don't even see your face. They just see someone with a name and what differs. They don't even. I don't know if they see race now, but they don't know who Catherine.
They see race now.
That's another tea for another day. But but they only see Catherine's name. I'm not about to put her last name out. Catherine Amanda, and let's say
Catherine Caillou. That's my last name. Write it if you can. You probably will never get it right.
That's it. So Catherine Caillou score 700, and then you put Amanda Richard 300. Who they gonna trust more?
They're gonna trust me.
Yeah, not because because it's higher, but because they're gonna see the credit history that Catherine has been financially educated or literate, and she find out, okay, well, I have to pay on the 5th my credit card, but you know what? Let me make a payment every week of $20 since I owe $100. Now it shows that Catherine is not only stable, but she has the funds to make those expenses. And not just like, mommy gave me $100. I'm going to go on the street and just deposit $100 rec sous carte de crédit. They're going to be like, okay, it was able for her to do it now, but what if in 5 months, if I spend that same payment, that same, how you call that? Dépense. I don't know how to say that in English right now. I don't know. If I dépense $100 and then, Catherine can't pay that $100. So with those little payments, it shows you, okay, she has a little job. She can make the requirement. Even if it's the lowest, try not to make the lowest because it tells you in the bottom, it'll take you 79 years to make that $100 if you make the minimum requirement. I think it tells you on the credit card statement bill or whatever.
Yeah.
But always try to do at least, like Catherine said, if you have $100, try to do it $20 per week. And I start doing it. And honestly, at first it was annoying because I had to keep going back and forth and like, okay, pay $100 or pay to $20. But now with the apps and technology we have, you can set it up a way for you to get to have your bank pay your credit card every week or bi-weekly or every day, depending on your financial situation. And I think it's a great, my credit score went really high. Like,
how many points? Girl, give me the shout out now. How many points?
Girl, about 80 points. Okay.
Okay.
I was already in the 700 now. Well, I'm not going to disclose which one, but your girl is hot in the credit reports. And And my husband,
give me.
My husband did it too. And Captain, I'm not even boasting because we send you a screenshot as soon as we see the credit score goes high. We look like little kids in candy stores. They're like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, you got a credit score.
It's like, you know how kids, when they have a good
Yeah.
you guys are like that with your credit score. Every time it goes up, they send me a screenshot. Yeah, look. I'm in the 800s, 900s now. But yeah, and then
now.
one of our friends, he was so scared. Okay, I said he, so people are gonna be like, "Who is that?"
Let's go see Captain's friends list and see who that he is.
But he was like so scared to check it. He was like, "Yo, I know we talk about because remember like we were at the house, we were talking about it. I'm like, what's your guys' credit score?" And everybody's like, "What?"
But I remember I almost had a heart attack. I was like, "Shit, did she see mine?" I was like, well, hold on now. Why we get all personal?
That's a little personal.
I felt,
yeah. But I was like, why are you all up in our business?
But then I praise God. I thank God for that conversation because if we never had it and break those barriers, would have been in the dark. Now we are here trying to shed light to our WTT's listeners or whatever. We'll come up with a name for them, but
but yeah, and then he was so scared sitting on that couch. He's like, I'm not gonna press that button. And we're like, yo, if you don't press that button, how you gonna know? And my G, like when he pressed that button, he's like, I felt like my whole life. It's like, he's like, I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. This is like so much. And then he pressed the button, bam, and then his score was like in the 700s.
Yeah,
like imagine, my G thought his score was in the 500s.
I almost said his name, Captain.
So he was like, yo, guys, he was so hyped. His whole day was made. Why? Because he checked it. And if it was in the 500s, it would have been fine too, because it would have been like, okay, if it's in the 500s, we have 3 months to bring that bad boy to 700.
That's it.
This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do. And it's like it's a really I advise you guys to go ahead and do check your scores. Okay, I know the bank gives you like a free score or whatever, but I don't think it's like complete.
No,
I don't think
it's not accurate. No, it's not, because I check mine and I check my Equifax. Like we talking about off 300 points. Okay, if I looked at that, I'll be like, no.
Disappointed as well too, to see all the works that you've been doing and you're still in the 500 and stuff. Yeah. It's not too accurate, the free one that they give you. But
just put it in place, like if you go to the bank and they have to conduct, they're not even using theirs. They're gonna conduct it through Equifax and
a credit,
and all of
another
that,
like TransUnion.
Exactly. So you do your what's the word? Due diligence.
Look at me coming up with words.
Okay, we said we're not gonna use big words, but it's a good word. But do your part, because at the end of the day, who's it hurting? It's hurting you, not the bank. The bank's just gonna move on to the next. So
the bank is making mad profit.
That's it. You do your research. You look into your score for you to go into that next level. Because once you know where you stand, that's how you could work on it.
Exactly.
If you're in the dark, how you gonna know if I should pay my bill more on time? Some people don't know that phones are the great. Like I'm telling you, like your phone bill, all those iPhones that keep switching every 3 months, girl. They should see my face right
when
now.
I tell you, I remember a phone. There was this guy that was about to buy a house, right? He's about to buy a house. He did all his work, everything like that. And when he gets to the signing, the foreclosure, whatever it's called, is it that word? Whatever the word is, all he has to do is sign closure.
Yeah,
all he has to do is sign pour yo bal kailan. Like tout travail yo fait, li visite kailan, madame ni vini, blah blah blah. When they had to sign that, they checked his history, find out that 6 years and 11 months prior, there was a phone bill that he did not pay. He left them with like a $200 balance and went to another company. He did not get the house.
Whoosh!
The next person in line got the house. All this work, all this money saved, nèg lan gen 300 combien whatever $1,000 bank lan ba li, all of this done. He did not get approved for the advance that they were gonna give him. Why? And then if he had wait 1 more month, because it takes 7 years for it to erase from your credit history. If he had wait 1 more month, he would have gotten the house. A petty $200 phone bill that he had longtemps depuis qu'il était jeune. It's like it's more serious. Call the phone companies you had prior. Find out if you didn't have any balance, because $10 in 7 years is gonna have mad interest. Tando na $300. Call them up. Call them up to know if you're in the collection agency. Call them up to know what's going on with your history because it matters.
And
phone is a big one because people don't think it's that serious.
I don't know. It's because I worked for a phone company. I worked for Fido before, and I know about this information. Where if you don't make the payment within 3 payments you miss, you go directly to it. They don't advise you that they're gonna send you to the credit.
I worked for a collection agency.
They're just a little bit.
They're so mad. I'm like, we're not here to advise you nothing. Like
we're here to tell you owe and pay up.
Yeah, like I'm not here to call you out. If it's not 90 days, I'm not gonna call you and be like, yo, come pay your bills. Listen, I'm here to collect your money.
Yeah.
So it's a collection agency. Call me up when you're ready to pay. Don't call me up to complain. I don't care.
But it's so sad.
And I'm talking.
It's sad because
it is sad, but that's what it is.
But at the end of the day, it's
sad,
like
whatever,
instead of getting your phone cut off or get it sent to collections, call them up. Have a how you call that? Have them make a payment plan. Make a payment plan, or tell them, okay, I'm gonna make a payment plan with that, and then you know what, that how you say forfait, that plan is too high for me. Bring it down. Yeah. Don't be living this lavish life and you can't afford it either.
Avec un paquet de fake Gucci. Anyways.
I think we went away from our subject.
But you see, we were talking about why it's important to get one, whatever. But me, honestly, sometimes I'm more in the why not. I don't think a credit card is really important. Some people might not agree. But I don't think it's really important. Why don't I think it's important? And I'm dead serious right now. Even though I just told you how to build it, blah, 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 blah. I don't think it's important because how did the people before us, how did they live? They didn't have credit cards.
Like, what do you mean by people before us?
The people in the past, our great, great, great people. They had houses. They had stuff. Yeah. What did they use?
Good question.
Exactly. They use cash money. Moi, I'm haïtien. I'm pas même dette. No, it's not. You know, Haiti, like, go musique comme ça. Credit card paladin. Pas crédit. Paladin. Pas crédit. Anyways. Listen, I know people are going to tell me the system has changed. The system has blah, blah, blah. It's a myth. You can get a house without having a credit card.
Yes. But
repeat louder.
But
you can. I'm telling you, you can get a manual underwriting. It's a process. It's a process where they look at the things like employment record, rent history, like it's like the size of your down payment. If you have a lot of cash, they are able, it's called like a manual underwriting. They are able to write something for you to tell the company that you are qualified to get a conventional loan, a 15-year loan, like a fixed rated loan. Okay. You are able to do that with manual underwriting. So it's not just about paying your credit card and stuff like that, because all of that is saying that I love debt. I feel like having a credit card is like, it's all about debt. You always have to owe something. But if you have money, how about you save money? How about you stay at least 2 years in a job? How about all of that counts as well? If you have money in the bank, you stay 2 years in a job. If you pay your rent on time, if you save a lot of money to have a big chunk of money for a down payment, they are going to give you a house. You don't have to go through the credit score way. Rich people don't use no damn credit score.
They rich.
They got the cash.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Get your cash.
So if you don't have money, if you don't have that $1,000 in your account, do not get a credit card with a limit of $1,000.
Say it again, Catherine. I don't think they heard you.
Do not. If you're going to go get a credit card for $5,000, if you don't have $5,000 in your account, do not get a credit card with a limit of $5,000. You're going to tell me, wait, but I could get it for emergency. Bogus. You're never going to pay that shit back, because after that other emergency, there's going to be another emergency. There's going to be another emergency. There's going to be another. Life just keeps throwing emergencies at us. Credit card is not here for you to pay for emergency. When you can't pay, then I use my credit card. No.
Life is an emergency,
it's not,
girl.
No. That's not what it's there for. It's not for emergencies. No.
I'm glad you brought that up though. It's not for emergencies.
Yeah, because it's there for you. Let's say that j'en ai parlé là pour build a history. Si vous voulez go to that bank, si vous voulez aller prendre loan dans ma banque là, if that's the way you want to go, then prends petit limite pour $300. Make sure you have $300 in your account. Use it as a debit card. Ça veut dire, moi swipe left. I swipe it with the right hand. With the left hand, I take it from the left hand, put it back on the right hand. You know what I mean?
There you go.
It's like you're just playing the system because the system has changed. You want to go with that. Ou ap juste jouer avec yo. But if you're somebody qui pas ka contrôler tout, that little plastic, they put one line, you must press purchase. You must press add to cart. Do not get a credit card because psychologic, m'pa konnen si l'on bagay ki psychologique.
Psychologically.
Oh, look at you. Thank you. I don't know. I don't know if that's the case, but I don't know if it's the same for you. But when I have to use cash to buy something, and I have cash in my hands, I don't want to just give my $40.
Girl, I'm stingy with that. I'm like, where my penny at?
But when I have to swipe a card, like $100, I don't feel it. I just swipe. Do you understand what I mean?
I see what you mean.
So people that I would tell them to use credit card instead of the debit card is if you have the cash on your debit card. So, sou gen $300 dans debit card ou pral nan Best Buy ou bala chola ki vend $300, swipe your credit card. Après ça, ou soti nan Best Buy ou bring that shit. You do a transfer. Put that $300 nan credit card nan encore.
Or even better, like you said, most of our listeners are in the States or Canada. The people that have those Visa debit. If you know you don't have the money in the bank, don't use instead of using the credit card, use your Visa debit. So like that, it will get declined because they're going to tell you ain't got no money. So you won't buy it.
Yeah.
That's a trick. I mean, if you want to see it, if you're a visual person, you want to see you get declined, get your debit card, try to purchase something that's out of your reach. You'll see what it tells you. Then you come back to us.
Sit your ass down. You don't got no money. Be humble. Go back to bed. but yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I used to do that a lot where I would take the money out of my debit card and I would take cash to the store. And I guarantee you, I'm going to prend 10 bagay and we in the fitting room now. I try them and they look so good. When I get to the cashier, and they're like, oh, it's 120. I'm like, can we leave that one? Can we leave that one? Because I'm like, I only have $520 in my hands and I'm giving you all of my $520s.
At least, Catherine, at least you're the one that be like, leave that one. I'll just be like, you know what? It's not really that. It's not worth it. I'll just leave all of them and walk away. I got the satisfaction by taking little selfies. Be like, okay, I'm good. Walk away. Because 5 weeks later.
Like, it hurts more. It hurts more when you're using cash. Because when you think about it too, you're like, Kat, I had to work 5 hours. Non combien hours moi travaille pour me faire $20? Okay, I have to work a whole hour pour me faire $20. I just came to the store and I spent 13 minutes and I'm giving them I stood in this line for 2 minutes and I'm giving them my $20. Cat, you know? So when you're using cash, for somebody that does not, that can't control themselves with the little cards, I'm not going to tell you, oh, go home and cut all your your credit cards or whatever. You comprend? So pas qu'à utiliser, pas get it.
Yeah.
Just make sure you have, we're a team of people that like emergency funds. We're big on that. So we're always going to tell you to get an emergency fund. Tout le temps pas gon emergency fund, don't go get a credit card.
No. And be financial, how you call it, responsible. If you're not responsible with money, I don't advise you to get a credit card because you're going to blow it out.
If I have a daughter and then their husband is not responsible with money, I'm not saying yes for that wedding. I'm telling you. I'm checking.
Because you're going to be like that wife, that story you get, that wife that was next to her husband 6 years ago, mistake $200 phone bill. Exactly. Now you miss out on your great blessing.
What petit No. I'm not. If you're not responsible with your money, but sous son parent and the little dude that comes to your daughter's house,
they have that 800 credit score.
You know, my always bank statement. What's your credit score? You will see how responsible.
Your credit score got to be A1. Okay.
Yeah, you're gonna see how responsible that person that's trying to take your daughter out, how responsible they are, and how they're gonna. Est-ce que ti moun na ple von jou and then courant coupe sous li blip, li baka, one time he thought the rent was paid, he got it li where let nan kailan yak metel deyo. Ça veut dire you need to as parents, you need to really know ki es ti moun ou update as well. Okay?
Well, with all that being said, like you said, for credit or emergency fund, we are a team of emergency fund. Like we said before, make sure before you spend that money or you go and get your credit card, make sure you have that money aside. Because if anything throws you don't have to go and swipe that credit card, or you go and get they have those quick day loans too, where you could go get $500, walk into, and you walk into with zero, you walk out with 500 or 1,000. Those pay there, yeah.
You know what? I should be a bank. I should build a bank.
That's what I'm thinking. That's my generational wealth right there.
So bank, parce que si mon yo pap suspend vin pran loan na. So bank pou mda ouve. I think that's what I should do. Are we allowed to open banks? Can anybody open a bank? Please answer me if you know the answer to that.
Let us know, because we might.
Do you have any? Go ahead.
we might open the talk bank.
What the talk bank? Would you guys come to the bank and take a loan?
Come and take a loan with the finest interest rate.
Credit card. 19% interest rate, my man. But did you have any tips for the people before we leave?
Before you get into that financial literacy or credit score, all that, make sure you have your stuff in check. Make sure you know your credit score, check on it, know where you stand, and then from there you can go on.
You can build it.
Yes.
Okay. The tips that I have for you guys, you know how you could have a no interest credit card?
Mm-hmm.
You can have a credit card with no interest on it. But if you take cash advance, they charge you. They charge you. I had to learn the hard way.
Girl, I sure did
I had to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way. If you take cash advance, they charge you another percent.
$22.99,
right?
depending on which one.
Yes, exactly. So now you are here wale ou pon $50. Let's say that you have a balance of $2,000. Ou pon $50 cash. Ou bien pon $200 cash. And là, ou pay credit card là, ou just pay $150. Well, mama, guess what? That whole $2,000 balance you got on that card is getting in charge an interest rate of 22.5%.
I think it's 22.99.
22.99 and then boom.
Depending on your credit card, because it might be higher.
The interest rate is different for when you take cash advance than when you take when you swipe the card. Okay? So what they will do, you have a credit card, take cash advance. Or you could take cash whenever you want. Make sure when you're putting that cash back, you have to pay the whole balance back. Because if you don't, they're gonna keep charging you interest of 22 or 25 or whatever percentage of that cash is. It's not the same as the interest on the credit card. Ou ka on credit card ki gen intérêt of 6%, but the cash intérêt is like 19.5%. You really need to know what the difference is. So don't use your credit card to take cash unless you know you're going to be able to pay the full amount the next time you're making a payment. That's my advice for you guys. Okay? Don't forget, we have our t-shirt contest going on. I received 3 others this week. I will post them sometime this week. So you guys could vote and all. How many days is left? Almost
a weekend.
Let's see, today we're the 25th. The thing was done, it's due on the 7th, May 7th. So May 7th is the last day. So y'all got like a week and 4 days to submit your designs. A week and 4 days. Bring them on. I can't wait to see them all. And this has been
What the Talk.
Even at the end, we can't get this right. I can't.
I try to do a slow motion word by word, but I guess our internet connection is not working. Anyways. But that was guys. What the Talk.
Stay blessed. Stay safe. I love you guys. I said it. Bye.